Let's do something orchidaceous, celebrate a herbaceous disaster. Well, shall I show you the front page of yesterday's Mail on Sunday? And maybe you'll get an idea of where we're going. And all, orchidaceous, by the way, is a wonderful word that I picked up when I was about 7 years old from the good old days. And Leonard Sachs used to talk about people's orchidaceous hats. Orchidaceous simply comes from the word orchid. And herbaceous, of course, is your herbaceous border around your flower bed. But see what Nadine Dorries does with that. And we can look from La Doris to me and wonder who is the pinker today. I sadly I have to admit that Nadine has out-pinked me, but there we are. Anyway, in an article that she wrote yesterday for the Mail, she talked about A-level results, and these are due on Thursday, and people are, of course, very anxious, worrying what's going to happen, and the toughening up of these A-level results, which, again, I think this is an absurd way to make it all into a sort of race. And there's going to, UCAS has said that there's going to be fewer A stars and A's than there have been in the past. So Nadine Dorries says, she thought she should give us a benefit of her own experience, and she says, let me read what she's got. She's got, I have lived through the drama of this event with all three of my daughters and have the scars to prove it. And one time, so did my car. And then she tells us this extraordinary story. What we really want to do is learn more about A-levels, but in fact she tells us how she crashed the car in the school grounds, I think into a hedge or through a bush or something. A Doris in the bush is worth two in the hand. I don't know. I don't know whether when it comes to hands, I always generally think of Liz Truss, but now I suppose I've got to start thinking of Nadine Dorries. Anyway, there's all this stuff about how she had supported her daughters while they were doing Othello and Midsummer Night's Dream. Of course, now she's supporting her daughters while they're working in her office, which doesn't seem to be working. So I suppose they're clawing in money while she's hanging on. So that's very good of her. She's a very good mother. And she says that she catastrophically, unexpectedly, catastrophically, she mounted the flower bed, carried on through the roses, and crashed into a yew hedge because her youngest daughter got appalling results, but went on to study law, which I think would be a very good idea. Studying law, I know some very... I wish I'd studied law. I've always enjoyed reading law, and I've always enjoyed looking at legal cases. But I didn't study law. Most of the people I knew who did study law, I just thought they were very good at remembering things. Maybe that's what you need when you study law. But I'm afraid I'm always quite worried that I've forgotten a key point, and I like my aide memoire. In fact, when I stray too far off what the notes that I prepared, I find I waffle, or I find I send myself to sleep. So it's always a good idea to have a note, and maybe I would not have been a terribly good lawyer. But congratulations to Nadine Dorries that her youngest daughter, became a lawyer. Is it the two older daughters who are employed in her office? I have no idea, but presumably that is all going to stop when she finally resigns. So we look forward to that day, and congratulations. And I'm not sure whether I want to think of Nadine Dorries with two in the hand or mounting the flower bed, but there we are, one or the other, mounted or in the hand. Nadine Dorries, and looking forward to her resignation.